Welcome everybody to our midweek connection. As you can see, I'm here in my backyard this morning. I hope that these are good days for you. Um, and I hope that you're experiencing the joy of the Lord in your life in these days. Um, been thinking a lot lately, and I'm sure that you have too, about these uncertain times that we're living in. And concerns for today, but also concerns about the future and what's happening and what's going on, and trying to get some of that figured out. But that's where we as followers of Jesus, I believe, have an advantage over everybody else. And the advantage that we have, I believe, is right here in this book, the Bible. God's living word to us, and it helps us to be able to negotiate the uncertain times that we're living in, to try to understand what's going on when it's pretty difficult to understand what's going on. One of my very favorite verses in the Bible that I think help us, particularly while we're going through uncertain times, is found in the book of Romans in the 8th chapter and the 28th verse. And I want to share it with you from the Cowboy version translation. And it goes like this. It says, "We know that no matter what's going on in our life or in the world we live in, God is going to do good things with it for them that love Him, who have been called by Him to ride for His brand." That's a little different way of saying it, and a different way that I memorized it, but I think it gets the point across very well. I just appreciate that verse for the security and the comfort that it brings to me, just to think that God is going to take everything that comes our way, everything that comes my way, and work it together for my good. Work it together for your good. I'm reminded of a little story that I read one time that helps illustrate my point. It seems that one Sunday morning at a small southern church, the new pastor called on one of the older deacons of the church to give the opening prayer. And the old deacon, he stood up and he bowed his head, and this is what he prayed. "Lord, I hate buttermilk." The new pastor kind of opened one eye and looked over at this old boy and wondered what was going on. The next thing he said was, "Lord, I hate lard." Well, he had the pastor's full attention at this point, and totally pretty perplexed at what he was going to say next. And so the deacon continued, "Lord, I ain't too crazy about plain flour, but after you mix them all together and bake them in a hot oven, I just love biscuits." He went on to say, "Lord, help us to realize when life gets hard, when things come up that we don't like, whenever we don't understand what's going on or what you're doing, that we need to wait and see what you're making. And after you get through mixing and baking, it'll probably be something even better than biscuits. Amen." You know what that old fellow was saying is absolutely right. When things aren't quite going the way we want them to go, we just need to remember to wait on the Lord. And if we love Him, He is eventually going to work it out into something good in our lives. And you know what? Over the test of time and experience of walking with the Lord, I have found that to be exactly true. And that we need to, in these days of uncertainty, when we're not understanding all that's going on, You need to remember Romans 8:28, that God is going to work all these things together for our good because we love Him and we're riding for His brand. Well, I hope that's a source of encouragement for you today, and that you can take it, ponder it, think about it a little bit more, and be a source of encouragement to you. And if you want to, share it with somebody else, because you never know how it might help them. It might help make their day. So I'll say, God bless, happy trails, and stay narrow to you. Have a great week. God bless.